Hey, it's me again, Miss Nikki, down here with Kinder College Preschool Program in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm coming to you today to discuss health and safety, one child versus many children. Today's topic is due to a concern of one of my very own parents. Now, it was nothing major, however, I couldn't answer it with a blanket yes or no, and I really couldn't answer it with just one simple answer either. So upon trying to answer her question and deal with her concern, a flood of information just came back to me that I've gathered over years, and I thought, ooh, let me hurry up and do a video while this is all fresh on my mind. So I ran around the school, gathered a couple of items that I thought would help me to relay this information to you, and I hope that it is helpful. I know you're probably wondering what the concern of my parent is, so let's just start there, and then I'll back it up with recent and past knowledge that I've gained over the years concerning health and safety. Now, what she was concerned about was car seats. I do not allow car seats to be brought into my business, okay? First and foremost, I'm OCD. I'm very OCD. Everything has a place, everything goes in its place, and I love to clean and keep things neat and tidy and organized throughout the day, even with the children in care. Secondly, germs. The more I can keep out, the better. And that's why I don't allow anything outside of that child's personal belongings in their backpack and their journals, which I keep here, to come in every day, okay? The reason is, I don't want them to bring in all that stuff. And you're thinking, safeguard from what? I listed a couple of things I'm safeguarding from. Yeah, bed bugs. I've dealt with bed bugs before, and I don't want to deal with them in my business, and that is a definite no. Lice, mites, I don't want cockroaches brought into my home. I don't like bugs. Also thought about drugs. Do you know how many times I go, or have gone rather, to check a backpack to get out a journal, and the first thing I smell when I open up that backpack is cigarettes. I know you smoke at home because your child smells like smoke when they come here every day. I mean, these are just things that can be foreseen. You know, there are some things that we can safeguard against before it ever happens, and it won't even ever be a problem. So I stop it at the door by not allowing those personal belongings to come into my dwelling space. If I had 7 kids. Say I was full, I had the 7 kids, and all 7 of them needed to bring their car seats, and none of them wanted to leave them outside on the front porch, then where am I going to put them? They're inside on our dwelling space. The kids are getting all in them, crawling all over them. The parents are having to walk around them. And just what if that parent who I know smokes because I smell it on their child every day, forgot their cigarettes in their backpack or diaper bag, and it fell out into their car seat, it got down into the crack or crevice of one of those linings, and one of my students was sitting in the car seat, and ooh, what's this? He eats a cigarette. Can you say, poison control? Okay, that's just one example. I know it's probably out there and it probably never happened to anyone, but I bet it has. Okay? I don't even allow my parents to have diaper bags. I prefer backpacks. One reason, 2 pockets. One on the front, one in the inside. Diaper bags have entirely too many pockets that things can be hidden in for parents to forget. Okay? Each state, once again, we're going to go back to state guidelines, and we're going to go back to my orientation. Orientation here. Each state has guidelines. If you have a facility, in-home or center, the first thing you should do is make a binder of those rules and regulations so you are aware of them. Okay? Once you are aware of them, then you will know what the safety guidelines are for health and safety, which I have added in my orientation. Remember this little bitty kit? My orientation packet has a set page just for health and safety. And one of those things states that children may not be left at kinder college if they exhibit any of the following symptoms, and I have them listed. I also have listed here that medication will not be given if it is not in the original container from the doctor that has on there the child's name, age, amount to be given, and how often. This helps me not to get into any trouble outside of the school with medications and administering it to the students, okay? Stick with your rules and regulations. I'm still staying with this, okay? Another thing that got brought to my attention was communicable diseases, things that can be transmitted just by touching, okay? One of the things that I can think, well, actually I have three, okay, that I can think of from past experience. Fifth disease, hand, foot, and mouth, and giardia, okay? Those three were a constant, regular around me, okay? I've only had to deal with one of them, and that was giardia. But in the area I was in, fifth disease and hand, foot, and mouth disease were running amok one summer. I want to say maybe 2 summers ago. Giardia ran through my center, and I had to deal with the health department. Giardia is a parasite in the poo, okay? In the poo. We were having to check child's poo for blood. Come on, guys, let's get with the hand washing. And then when I thought about hand washing, it backed me up to all about Eckers, preschool, all about ITERS, infant toddler, family child care environmental rating scale. These are all books that you can get that will tell you the different things needed to safeguard, not just with health and safety, but it goes all the way deep. We're talking social, emotional, we're talking physical. It just gets down to the nitty-gritty is what I like to call it, okay? These are things that I have read, things I've done, classes I've taken that help me to figure out why I do what I do. Or in layman's terms, what I do to make it do what it do. I read these books, I go to training classes, I listen, I pay attention, and I learn from past experiences, not just mine, but experiences of others. If they've dealt with it, I don't want to deal with it. Not if I was an onlooker and I saw it, okay? I've been into several programs. I like to go and visit people. I love making new friends. And one of the biggest things that I have noticed, first and foremost when I walk in, due to my OCD, I'm looking at it's not even organized. How do you know what you're doing each day if you don't have some type of organization, sticking to a schedule, having a routine about you? So one of the other things that I grabbed up today were my 2 favorite things in the world, my spray bottles. One of them has Fabuloso in water because I like the smell good. It's also great for mirrors. And the other one is just your simple everyday bleach, okay? And I was trying to locate the amount of bleach that you would put in, but I'm going to say for this particular bottle that I got from the Dollar Tree, it's just a cap full of bleach. But as a rule of thumb, just to always keep me in line, if you can smell the bleach in your mixture, you have too much. Simple enough for me, so I just run with it. The other thing, everyone's always talking about cost. You can get a box of just regular old white paper towels, and they're awesome for cleaning the bathroom, let me tell you. At Sam's Club, no less than 30 bucks. I want to say it's like 26 cents and change, but because I only have 7 students now, they last forever, okay? Another thing, towels. Lots and lots and lots and lots of hand towels. You have no reason not to get them. They come in a bulk at Walmart for right under $3. I pick a pack up almost every time I get to Walmart, so I have tons and tons of towels. I learned my lesson with towels years ago when I went for my state accreditation in Arkansas. My goal was to get a 7, the highest that you can achieve. Do you want to know what my score was? My score was a 6.95 out of that 7, solely, exclusively due to the fact that I ran out of paper towels while my visitor was there, and I allowed all of my students to use the same dry towel, not a hand towel, but a dry towel, to dry their hands on. It cost me 5 points, but more importantly, it cost me a perfect score. Now, a lot of people say, oh, I don't have time to do all that. Wait. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. It's called teaching children self-help skills. Being prepared, sticking to your schedule, having a routine about yourself helps you to give a routine to your students, because they may not be able to tell time, but they know what times of the day you do certain things. You can go ahead and have things prepared. Like when I walk in the morning, when I get here, I'm usually here at least 15 minutes prior to opening. I open at 7, so I'm here about 6:45. I come in, I walk through the building, opening all the windows and everything, but my first thing that I do is hit the kitchen. I set up the table, I set out the breakfast, and while I'm setting out breakfast, I crank up that stove, I go ahead and prepare my lunch so that all I have to do is warm it up, not prepare it when it is time to do lunch. After they have breakfast, I go ahead, wash the table, sanitize the table, and set it for lunch. It's already set up. If you don't have an area that's just off by itself that you can keep set up and not worry about it because you're constantly using that area, a perfect idea for that is to get you a tray. And on that tray, you can have how many cups you're going to need for the students in care. You can have their utensils, their paper towels, as well as their plates already prepared on that tray. If you have this done, this is a perfect opportunity to allow your students to help you with table setting. All you have to do is set it on the table and allow them to put a towel, a paper towel, a silverware, a cup, and a plate by each one of the napkins that you set out, should you decide to do the napkins. They would love it. Anyway, I'm sure I'm going, and I could go on and on and on about almost any topic, but especially health and safety because it leads back to cleaning, which I love to do. But I hope you've enjoyed my spew today, and I hope that you will take into consideration the things that you allow your parents to bring into your business. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day.